What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Extra Innings Podcast. I'm your host, Elijah Rodriguez. My mic is so low today. What is up with that? There we go. All right, guys. So we're back today with another episode. Sorry, my stand was all jacked up. Mic was too low. I was like talking like way down here. But anyway, so yesterday in baseball news, there's quite a bit. We had the first 1-3-5 triple play since 1929 by the Tigers. The Phillies did that yesterday. So that's pretty crazy. Then you had Vlad, who hit a ball. I'm sorry, the Blue Jays have lost 7 straight. I know Vlad went super deep, like hit a massive tank yesterday. Just in the baseball world, Tennessee, the Volunteers won their first World Series, College World Series for the first time in history. We're going to probably talk about that on social today. So some of these things are small. We're going to talk about on social, so be sure to follow us on there because we got something else that I wanted to talk about today as we creep closer to the All-Star game. It's now probably a couple weeks away. I think maybe three weeks away. And I wanted to kind of talk about the second update to the All-Star ballots and like who's leading. Because we haven't really talked about it. I know I kind of talked about who is on the board when I did my first voting poll, but I kind of wanted to talk about where we are now. And if you didn't know, you can vote up to 5 times a day. So be sure you're voting for your favorite players. That's super badass. So, and it's cool that we actually get a chance to actually choose who's in these games. So fair thing. Go out there, vote for your favorite players. All-Star games coming up. Anyway, we're going to start with the National League. So it looks like there's 10 positions in each spot except for outfielders. Outfielders have 20, obviously, because there's 3 of them, and they're going to keep switching those guys out more often than not. So we'll start with the catchers. I kind of wanted to take a second to look up some stats for some that are closer. Let's see. So the first 2, we're going to start with catchers. So the top 10, we have coming in at number 10, we have Francisco Alvarez for the Mets. Number 9, Patrick Bailey for the Giants. Number 8, Elias Diaz for the Rockies. Number 7, Luis Campusano, Padres. Gabriel Moreno, D-backs. Wilson Contreras, Cardinals. Sean Murphy, Braves. And then number 3, we got Will Smith. Wow. I thought Will Smith would be a little bit higher. I thought people would be voting for him a little bit more. But the top 2 catchers, the ones that are in the hottest race right now, is William Contreras at number 1 for the Brewers. And number 2 is JT Realmuto. So William Contreras is having a year. I mean, he was having a year. Let me see. William Contreras. Okay. Let's see what we got here, guys. So William Contreras right now, as we're speaking, because I'm always gonna debate the top 2 if it's even close. Right now, William Contreras is. Why did it kick me out? Why am I on my other gym? This is Jesus. Instagram's online. I got this new update and it's like acting really weird. I don't know what this is all about. Anyway, so we got JT Realmuto and William Contreras at number 2. So William Contreras right now in 2024 is batting .293, 49 RBIs, 9 bombs. Not horrible. 797 OPS. Having a year. Okay. People have been kind of on JT Realmuto lately, saying he's not the same guy as he was a couple years ago. I think that's wrong. I think he's still doing pretty solid. 261 for JT Realmuto, average that is. OPS of 720, 7 bombs, 54 hits. So not bad, but yeah, I mean, Contreras hasn't beat. Contreras has been having a really good year this year, especially defensively. So kind of hard to argue there. I mean, it's kind of a long shot right now that Realmuto even catches up to him. I know there's a couple more weeks, but Contreras has 1.4 million and JT Realmuto has 1 million, like 1,081,907. So it's a pretty big gap there. So looks like Contreras might take that one. First baseman, we have at number 10. So we're going to go down the list. Christian. God, it's a big name. Christian Encarnacion Strand for the Reds. Paul Goldschmidt. Jake Bowers. Lamonte Wade Jr. Christian Walker. Cronenworth. Pete Alonso. Wow, Pete Alonso's at 4. Matt Olson above him. Wow, okay. And then the top 2 picks at first base, Bryce Harper and Freddie Freeman. Though this one doesn't seem like it's even going to be a competition. We're not even going to go over stats on this one because Bryce Harper's number 1 at 2,307,523, and Freddie Freeman is coming in at a little less than a million behind him at 1.3 million. So Bryce Harper is running away with that ballot. I would assume that he's going to be the starter there. For second base, we've got Tyro Estrada, Nico Horner, Jonathan India, Nolan Gorman. Gorman's having a year. That's pretty low for him. Gavin Lux. Gavin Lux is on an All-Star ballot? See, some of these I'm like, man, And what's funny is you see all these memes, and I wish that this would actually happen because it would be fucking hilarious. Is like they got some of the worst players and threw them in for the voting. It would be hilarious. Like if you got Martin Maldonado or some of these guys who are just absolutely struggling, maybe a little bit fucked up, I guess, if you want to say that you're going to put this guy because he's having a legendarily bad year and you're going to put him in an all-star ballot just because like a meme, almost like what they did to like the GameStop and the AMC stocks and all that stuff where they're like horrible stocks, but we're going to boost them because we can. I think that would be funny, but also a little bit fucked up. Anyway, Gavin Lux is on here, and I've noticed that he's been struggling a lot. He's batting .218. He's only got 2 home runs and 45 hits and 206 at-bats. Fan favorite of the Dodgers, maybe that's why he's on the ballot so high. He's really had an off year. I don't know why he's so high up there. Then we've got Gavin Lux at number 6. Then you got Bryce Terang, Ozzy Albies, okay, Bryson Stott, okay, and then your top 2 are Ketel Marte and Luis Arraez. So these 2 are pretty close. These 2. So you got Ketel Marte at 1,183,000, and then you got Luis Arraez at 1,133,000. So about 50,000 votes shy of Ketel Marte. Ketel Marte is having a year too. Ketel Marte is one of the best second basemen I think in the game right now. He showcased that last year. He's still doing it this year, though the Diamondbacks are having an off year. Not the same kind of momentum and boost that they had last year as they went into obviously just tearing up the postseason, really being the underdogs. Ketel Marte was a big piece to that lineup, switch hitting guy, great defensively, batting .277 right now, 15 home runs, 82 hits, and 296 at bats. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. Let's see, Arraez. I feel like Arraez is pretty comparable. I don't think there's much of a difference in these stats, but we're going to check it out. Yeah, so 311, but only hitting 2 home runs, 104 hits, though. So it's like a trade for power. You got a little more power in Ketel Marte. Luis Arraez, more of a base hit. He's going to get on base kind of guy. It's going to be a tough run. That's one that I'm kind of like, dang, that's going to come down to some last-minute votes, but interesting to see there. Then we got at third base, we got Heimer Candelario. Oh, yeah. I know a lot of these guys by the last name. So some of these first names, I'm like, I don't know the last name. Candelario. Everybody knows Candelario. Juito Suarez, Matt Chapman on an All-Star ballot. McMahon, okay. Nolan Arenado, all right. Austin Riley, okay. Max Muncy. This is third base, by the way. Max Muncy, okay. Joey Ortiz, okay. And then the top 2, we have Alec Baum and Manny Machado. This one is a wash. It's going to be Alec Baum. Alec Baum with 1.9 million votes, and the next behind him is Manny Machado at 545,000. Pretty low on the third base, guys. If you're going from 1.3 dropping to 545, that's wow. So Baum's going to take that one. I'd say he's up by quite a bit. Yeah. All right, now we go to shortstop, a big one here. So we got Geraldo Perdomo, okay. Geraldo, whatever you want to say. Ezekiel Tovar, Mason Wynn, Francisco Lindor coming in at number 7, Ha-Seong Kim at number 6, Orlando Arcia, Willie Adames, okay, Ellie De La Cruz coming in at number 3, and then the top 2 is Trey Turner and Mookie Betts, with Mookie Betts at number 1. Obviously, I think this one might be a wash. Obviously, I think Mookie Betts is going to be an all-star just for the move from the outfield to the infield and being able to play and hit as well as he has. That alone is winning a vote in my book. That's incredible. He's a hell of a ball player. Going to miss him for a bit. I think even if he's voted as an all-star, it's going to go to Turner or De La Cruz because I don't think that. I mean, it's not that I don't think he's not. Mookie Betts is not going to play in the All-Star game. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks with that broken fracture in his hand after getting hit by that pitch. So right now it's looking like Trey Turner is going to probably be your starter. Just came back off the IL last week, I think. So that'll be good for him. Trey Turner is a great shortstop. And for the DH spot, we're not even going to talk about this one because you already know Shohei Ohtani with next million votes. The next person behind him is 940,000. So Shohei Ohtani is going to be the starting DH for the National League. And here we go for the outfielders. We got 20 of these, so I'm going to run through these quick. We got Churio coming in at number 20. Then you got Corbin Carroll, who should not be on an All-Star ballot this year, is really struggling. Starling Marte, Adam Duvall, Jackson Merrill, okay. Jared Kelenic, Andy Pages, okay for a rookie. Andy Pages, hey, way to go, dude. That's pretty solid. Seiya Suzuki, Michael Harris II, Jason Hayward making his way onto an All-Star ballot this late in his career. Interesting. Lourdes Gurriel, okay. Helio Ramos, okay. Cody Bellinger, decent. Johan Rojas, okay. Now we get the top 6. Remember, because there's 20 of these guys with 6 starters or guys that they're going to keep up there. We got Jerickson Profar coming at number 1, Mr. Irrelevant, right? Mr. Smith, watch your mouth there, buddy. Christian Yelich at number 2, Teoscar Hernandez at number 3. Man, Teoscar Hernandez needs to be higher. He has been so clutch. So good this year for the Dodgers. He needs to be higher, man. People vote for Teoscar Hernandez, man. A lower name in the thing. He's not this big name, but shit, he can play. For Tatis Jr., okay. Marsh, okay. And Nick Castellanos. Somebody beat Nick Castellanos, please. Somebody. Well, I'd vote for anybody. I'd even go for Churio over Castellanos, but that's just me. Jerks and Profar. It's going to be a tight race. A lot of these for the top 5 are already over 1 million. So the top 2 are Jerks and Profar and Yelich. Jerkson at 1.6 million, Christian Yelich at 1.5 million, and then Teoscar Hernandez at 1.4 million. So that's going to be a tight race between the 3 of these next couple of weeks. So it'll be interesting to see. But I think either, and how this goes normally, I'm thinking that Profar or Yelich are going to take it, honestly. So those are your All-Star, the leading All-Star votes as of now for the National League. Not bad. I'm not really upset about some of these questionable people that are being voted for, like the Luxes. Some of these are kind of mid-year, but fan favorites are going to get votes. So, it is what it is. Now, let's move over to the National League. My personal favorite. I love the National League, though it's not technically sometimes viewed as strong as the National League. The American League obviously has been struggling a little bit this year. Some of these teams are on the lower end. You got like the Blue Jays, who are now losing 7 straight. The Rangers, who have been nowhere to be found. The Astros, nowhere to be found. The Angels, nowhere to be found. Royals have picked it up. Mariners are okay. Red Sox are doing okay. Guardians are doing well, but a lot of teams doing a lot worse than on the other side. But let's start it with the catchers. We have at number 10, we have Cal Raleigh for the Mariners, and we have Logan O'Hoppe, Connor Wong, Bo Naylor, Jonah Heim coming in at number 6. All right, Yanier Diaz for the Astros, okay, good year. Danny Jansen for the Blue Jays. At number 3, Jose Trevino with 388,000 votes, and you have their top 2, Adley Rutschman, Salvador Perez. I think Salvador should be higher, but Adley Rutschman's tearing him. It's not even close. So, you got Jose Trevino battling at number 3 and at the 3 spot. People were thinking that he was going to be maybe one of the guys. 388,000 votes is not high enough to compete with these millions. So, Adley Rutschman at 1.6 million. Salvador Perez a little bit over a million at 1,333,000. I'm sorry, 1,033,099 votes. It's going to go to Rutschman for sure. 1.6 million is blowing everybody else away. At first base, we got Yandy Diaz for the Rays, Ty France for the Mariners, Tristan Casas hasn't played much this year. I'm surprised he's on the ballot. John Singleton, okay. Vinny Pasquantino, okay. Nathaniel Lowe, another guy who hasn't played much and been a little bit underwhelming this year. Anthony Rizzo, underwhelming this year. Josh Naylor, smashing balls. I'll give him that. And then we got Vlad Jr. at the 2 spot, and then Mountcastle at the 1 spot. Another tight race, man. Mountcastle's really shown and really come into his own for the Baltimore Orioles, as the whole Orioles team has really just come together, and they're forced to be reckoned with. So Mountcastle at number 1, totally agree. I think that's solid. Vlad, too streaky, man, but he drops bombs and he's a fan favorite. So he's going to be up there in votes no matter what. He's Vlad Jr. Obviously, cover athlete of them will be the show this year. So he's obviously got a little bit of star power behind him, probably, kind of helping with those votes. But another, 1.3 million, 1.4 million. So it's a tight race. So we're going to see this next couple weeks. Coming in at the second baseman, we've got, starting at number 10, Vaughn Grissom, Jorge Polanco, Brandon Drury, Gleyber Torres at number 7, Davis Schneider at number 6, Andres Jimenez, Guardians, number 5, Michael Massey, Jorge Mateo, and then their top 2 are Jose Altuve and Marcus Semien. Jose Altuve is kind of blowing it away at 1.2 million, with Marcus Semien coming in behind him at 963,000 votes. Hard to argue with Altuve. Altuve is a guy that's going to come in every year and have a year. I haven't seen him have a bad year since before 2016, maybe, and even then, I don't even think he was really on anyone's radar yet. But Altuve is probably going to take that one. Just obviously having a great year, even though the Astros are having a very low end year. Jose Altuve is still producing, so for sure, probably going to take that one. So they're coming in for third baseman. We have Michael. What a way to spell Michael. Maikel Garcia for the Royals. Royce Lewis, how he's on an All-Star. He has barely played this year. He was out for like all of May, most of April, came back a little bit like at the beginning of June. How can you put him on an All-Star ballot? Anyway, Luis Renfroe, Renfro. I cannot know how to pronounce this game. It's not Renfro because that's Hunter Renfro. So Luis Rengifo, whatever, coming in number 8. Josh Smith at number 7. Alex Bregman at number 6, a little bit low. Isaac IKF at number 5. Okay, having a good year. Oswaldo Cabrera coming in at number 4. Had they kept him in longer without this return of DJ LeMahieu, who's been, I can play like DJ LeMahieu right now. Come on. Yet to homer, has not played well. If Oswaldo Cabrera played more, as he should have been given at the beginning of the year, I think he'd be a little bit higher. Number 3 is Rafael Devers, okay? And then number 1 and 2, you've got Jose Ramirez at number 1 with $1.4 million. And then, yeah, this one's pretty much a wash. Jordan Westberg coming in at number 2 with $800,000. So that's going to go to Jose Ramirez probably, who's just absolutely scorching everybody else on that list. And then for shortstops, we've got number 10, Zach Neto. Then we got J.P. Crawford, Carlos Correa, okay. Brian Rocio for the Guardians, okay. Jeremy Pena, okay. Bo Bichette, Corey Seager, Anthony Volpe coming in at number 3. Think he should be a little bit higher. But the 1 and 2, we got Gunnar Henderson, of course, and then Bobby Witt Jr. Why is Bobby Witt Jr. so much lower than Gunnar Henderson? Bobby Witt Jr. coming in at 987,000 votes and Gunnar Henderson at 1.5, so that looks like it's probably going to be Henderson, who both guys are having hell of a year. I mean, God, Gunnar Henderson's over here just tearing it up. Bobby Witt Jr. flashing all that defense and also being able to slug. Two guys are having a year. That's a tough one. But the votes are separating the two. Gunnar Henderson hitting for more power, I guess, kind of propels him a little bit further. So Gunnar Henderson probably take that one. At number 10 for designated hitters. So this one's a little bit different. We've got Nelson Velasquez for the Royals, Masataka Yoshida for the Red Sox, Brent Rooker. Damn, Brent Rooker's late down there. Kevin Pillar for the Angels, Justin Turner, Josh Young. Josh Young has not played. Why? Can you vote for anybody? I'm just like, guys, there's a lot of other guys who are deserving that have been here all year. Not taken away from the guys that are injured, like a Betts. But Betts has played pretty much the whole year until this point. So warranted he gets All-Star votes. But Josh Young hasn't played since like the third week of the season. And we're almost in July. It's June 25th. So kind of tough there. Ryan O'Hearn, David Fry at number 3. And then your top 2 are Yordan Alvarez and Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton's probably not going to play in the All-Star game anyway, so I'm really going to cross him. I think Yordan's going to take this one. So we will see how that goes. Yordan, obviously a powerhouse, can mash, has been mashing. These are the bright spots that I keep talking about in the Astros lineup, like Jose Altuve, Yordan Alvarez, Alex Bregman. So decent team, man. But Yordan's going to take that one. And here we go for the last part. We got the outfielders here. Remember, we got 20 of these, so I'm going to go through these quick. We got Leody Taveras, who should not be on an All-Star roster. That dude has been cheeks all year. Jarren Duran, Evan Carter, Kevin Kiermaier, okay. Will Brennan, George Springer, Mauricio Dubon for the Astros, okay. Tyler Freeman, Dalton Varsho, Julio Rod. Damn, Julio is at number 11. But he really hasn't played well this year, so can't argue there. But damn, that's low for J-Rod. Adolis Garcia coming in at number 10, okay. Mike Trout, okay. I feel like some of these guys are just going to have to see on a ballot because they're fan favorites. They're big names in the game. Even if they're hurt, not performing well, people are still going to vote for them because that's just who they know and love, right? And that's who they vote for. And in all fairness and honesty, I know that going into this. No one's doing this. When I did my All-Star ballot, I went through, I was like, okay, who's having a great year here or there? I looked up stats to decide. Nobody really does that. I'm one of a few. I'm sure there's other people that do it. But a lot of people are going off fan favorites, names they know, guys they like, etc. So I get it. Don't totally agree with it, but I get it. Cedric Mullins at number 8. Think he should be higher. Verdugo, okay. Number 6, we got Colton Cowser. Totally deserved at number 6. Number 5, we got Anthony Santander for the Orioles, another guy who's having a great year. Kwan. Why is Kwan not 1? Leading with a massive... What is his batting average now? I mean, dude, Stephen Kwan is one of those guys, and this is what upsets me, is that MLB knows, because they talk about him every so often. They know how good he's playing, but he never gets the same... He's not getting the same love that a lot of these other guys are. Like, I don't see people talking about Stephen Kwan like they're talking about Aaron Judge. I don't see guys talking about Stephen Kwan like they're talking about, Shohei Ohtani. Like, dude, the dude is batting .389, and it's not like he's like, oh, he's only batting here and there. He's got 203 at bats. He's got 7 bombs, 79 hits, 3 stolen bags, batting .389 with a 1.020 OPS. And you're gonna tell me this guy's not your number 1 voted for pick? Dude, That is legendary status right there. Legendary. Who's a career 298 average. He has almost doubled his batting average this year and has kept it going. How do you not vote for him? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, Stephen Kwan coming in at number 4 behind Kyle Tucker. Well, Kyle Tucker's had a year. Then you got Juan Soto, of course, and Aaron Judge. Who those guys are looking like they're going to run away with it. Aaron Judge with 2.3 million, Juan Soto with 2.1 million, and then Kyle Tucker with a little over a million with 1,283 votes. So those are your guys. I think it's got to be those. These are the guys that are going to take it because under Colton Cowser, it drops down to like 512,000 votes. So these look like it's going to be. This is it. It's a wash. Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Kyle Tucker, Stephen Kwan, Anthony Santander, Colton Cowser. Happy Kwan is in the talk, but the dude needs to be higher and needs to be talked about more because, dude, 389 batting average. And just like, I'm just curious. Oh, let me see stat leaders. I'm pretty sure he's got the highest batting average of a regular player in baseball right now. No doubt. Okay, let's see. Okay. Hold on. I'm looking up something here. I thought I saw something about this, but I'm going to back it up. Okay. So league leaders, what? Okay, let's see. What the hell? Hitting. Yeah, I want to know who's leading in average. Oh, we're in the wrong league, I think. No, we're in the right league. Wait, what? Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Why is it so hard to just give me the stats that I'm looking for? Who is leading in? Okay. Why is Stephen Kwan not like? I'm confused. I'm very confused here. So he's not on the list. Was he hurt or something? I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some bigger research because they're saying that Shohei Ohtani's leading an average at 318, but he's batting 389. I don't know. That's weird. But anyway, it needs to be talked about more. I don't care what anyone says. Stephen Kwan is just tearing it up right now. But anyway, guys, thanks for listening. That's kind of what's going on right now in the All-Star voting polls. That's where we're at now. We still have a couple more weeks. So if you haven't voted, go do it. Obviously, it doesn't, if you don't care to vote, don't vote. I don't really give a shit. But if you care about this kind of stuff and you want to see your favorite players in the All-Star game kind of getting the accolades they deserve, if you think they deserve so, vote, man. Vote. Put it out there. You got a couple more weeks to vote. But thanks for listening, guys. I think that a lot of these are kind of solidifying a little bit. Some of these guys are running away with votes. So some of these positions are pretty much already determined now. But again, some of these other ones are pretty damn close. So we're going to see within the next couple of weeks. It'll be interesting to see. But thanks for listening, guys. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, there's a lot of crazy shit that happened yesterday. So be sure to follow us on socials, on TikTok, Instagram. I'm going to be talking about those today for sure. Don't miss it. And we will catch you guys tomorrow for our next episode. Again, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you tomorrow.